Soldier's Journal. Stories from the 101st. Tonight on News Channel 5 at 6.
Tonight, dozens die in another suicide bombing, this one in southern Iraq. U.S. forces stage heavy new strikes. We'll look at the new tactics in the war and new marching orders from the president at another urgent meeting of his Iraq team. What is the new plan? Also, the New Jersey family accused of starving adopted children. Their response in an exclusive interview. Tonight's Inside Story. And Jackie Kennedy's sorrow and thoughts of suicide. Her just-released revealing letters to a priest after JFK's assassination.
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York.
Good evening. The chief U.S. administrator for Iraq, Paul Bremer, is headed back to Baghdad tonight after urgent meetings with President Bush. He has new instructions for dealing with deepening and broadening security problems. Bremer spent much of this day in high-level White House sessions hammering out a revised strategy for Iraq. The goal is to speed the transfer of governing power and responsibility to Iraqis. In Iraq today, there was a major new suicide bombing, killing at least 26 people, most of them Italian peacekeepers. This was not in the Sunni Triangle. This was in southern Iraq. After night fell in Baghdad, U.S. forces struck back at the insurgents. CBS's Alan Pizzi is in the Iraqi capital.
Iraqi police set up checkpoints while out of sight in an operation called Iron Hammer. U.S. forces tonight set traps in and around Baghdad to capture or kill groups who fired mortars at their positions. At least 2 were killed, 3 were wounded, and 5 captured. Aircraft destroyed a warehouse the military said was used by insurgents. But the other side hit too. In the deadliest attack yet on forces allied to the U.S. coalition, a suicide bomber drove a tanker truck into the headquarters of Italian paramilitary police. The bombing was the first in this previously fairly quiet Shiite Muslim city. A message to America's allies that they are not immune and will be treated the same as the U.S. Another blow in a blood-soaked week in which the U.S. administration is struggling to speed up the handover of power to Iraqis. A U.S. soldier died when a bomb went off near a patrol in the Sunni Triangle, and another died of wounds suffered in a roadside bombing on Tuesday. U.S. forces struck back with a pre-dawn raid that netted what they believed was the ringleader of an anti-American resistance force and supplier of anti-aircraft missiles. And in Tikrit, Iraqi police conducted their first operation in Saddam's old hometown without heavy American backup. U.S. troops are going to need a lot more such solo efforts because commanders expect more trouble.
We're going to have more attacks here in the next 30 to 60 days.
Grounds for that were laid in Fallujah when U.S. forces defending a hospital and one of their bases killed 6 people they said were insurgents, and local residents claimed were farmers delivering chickens. The truth will matter little. The incident is yet another propaganda tool for anti-American forces here. The U.S. military appears to be making good on warnings that it would get tougher and do whatever is necessary to defeat the enemy. But as that enemy continues to demonstrate, they too can get tougher, and the rules they play by don't set any limits. Alan Pizzi, CBS News, Baghdad.
As we reported, Iraq was number 1 on President Bush's agenda today. That's in part because of an intelligence report concluding that, bad as it is, the situation in Iraq could soon get a lot worse. CBS's chief White House correspondent John Roberts has that part of the story.
Faced with a bleak new CIA report that found Iraqis losing faith in the U.S. occupation, President Bush today gave his top aides new marching orders.
We do want to accelerate the pace of reform. We want to accelerate our work with respect to putting a legal basis under the new Iraqi government.
The mid-course correction comes after weeks of concern that the Iraqi Governing Council will miss a December 15th deadline to begin the transition to democracy. A leading proposal after 2 days of urgent meetings to create a provisional government that would quickly assume some control while a constitution was written and elections planned.
It's their country. We want to encourage the Iraqis to have more responsibility for their own country.
Yes,
but if the governing council has been slow, its members say, it's because they appear weak in the eyes of Iraqis who know the U.S. is still calling the shots. Handing over more authority, they say, would send an important signal to the Iraqi people.
Iraqis knows more about Iraqis, you know, rather than Americans.
The Iraqi people not satisfied even they see another foreign countries ruling them. They need Iraqi people to have the authority.
And the stakes extend far beyond the political process. The CIA report also found the lack of faith in the occupation may be in part responsible for the increase in violence in Iraq.
The resistance is strong, but particularly worrisome, I think, is that it is deriving a certain level of support from the Iraqi population itself.
The administration acknowledges that Iraqis may get frustrated with the occupation and the lack of security, but they insist among the broader population there is no desire for the U.S. to hand over power and pull out.
But Iraq experts caution that those sentiments may not last much longer. Iraqis, they say, have stopped comparing their lives to when Saddam was in power. Those days are long gone. Now they are judging the occupation, and many don't like what they see. Dan?
John Roberts reporting live from the White House. Thanks. On Capitol Hill, the United States Senate is pulling an all-nighter, and then some. It's a non-stop session expected to last 30 hours. What will they have to show for it, and will it affect you when they're finally done? CBS's Bob Orr looks at the story behind the story and what's really going on here.
Republican senators solemnly marched to the Senate floor tonight to launch an extraordinary overnight fight for embattled judicial nominees. Republicans are angry the Democrats have used filibusters to block votes on 4 candidates President Bush has nominated for the federal appeals bench, and fear Democrats will employ the same stalling tactics to block 2 more.
We are being denied what the American people understand, and that is our responsibility to give advice and consent by an up or down vote. It's as simple as that.
In preparation for the 30-hour session, rollaway beds were wheeled into a Capitol room just down the hall from the Senate chamber. Both parties promised to have at least 1 senator on the floor at all times, even in the wee hours. But Democrats ridiculed the marathon judicial debate, saying Congress should be focused on bigger issues like jobs, Medicare, Iraq, and a burgeoning budget deficit.
Well, we begin tonight what I view to be a colossal waste of time.
Democrats argue they've approved 168 of 172 judicial nominees, rejecting only those far out of the mainstream.
We are not going to roll over, be stampeded, and rubber stamp this administration to make the judiciary in this country their sandbox to play in.
But the president insists he's nominated qualified candidates, a point he repeatedly makes at campaign fundraisers.
It is time for members of the U.S. Senate to stop playing politics with American justice.
But until the talkathon wraps up late tomorrow night, both sides will be playing politics and nothing else, in a hot air exercise no one expects will change any minds. Bob Orr, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
In the race for the Democratic presidential nomination today, Governor Howard Dean picked up official endorsements from 2 important unions. One represents more than 1.5 million state and local government employees. The other is the nation's largest health care workers union. This is not good news for rival Democrat Dick Gephardt, who has stressed his political and family ties to organized labor. A very unusual age discrimination case caused some obvious agonizing among members of the U.S. Supreme Court today. They heard arguments on whether a law that protects workers over age 40 allows companies to offer better retirement benefits to those over 50. As CBS's Wyatt Andrews explains, their decision could eventually affect you.
He worked in a factory making tanks for 30 years. And then Dennis Klein learned that because he wasn't yet 50 years old, he wouldn't get his medical benefits in retirement. 200 other workers making tanks for General Dynamics missed the benefits cut based on age.
I was 2 years away from retirement, and suddenly I wasn't going to have any benefits.
And the reason for that was what?
I wasn't quite old enough by their standards.
Not being old enough is age discrimination, Klein argues, and today that argument reached the Supreme Court. In a case that could impact all workers near retirement, the question is it age discrimination if you lose a benefit for being too young? It is discrimination, argued Klein's lawyer, Mark Bigerman, because the key legal question is whether an individual loses out just because of age. Wrong, argued General Dynamics attorney Donald Verrilli. The law only protects older people, he said. Congress never intended to authorize a youth discrimination claim. Out in corporate America, which is struggling with the cost of all retiree benefits, this lawsuit is a stunner. Because in this case, General Dynamics set up this age 50 cutoff so it could guarantee future benefits to its older retirees. Unions and retiree groups sided with General Dynamics out of fear that if Klein wins, older workers could lose.
If this case goes against General Dynamics, one way that they could comply with the law is to cut out all retiree health benefits.
Klein, however, is not arguing against seniority. Straight seniority, he says, would be fair. He also believes that companies can draw lines, but not if the only line is age. Wyatt Andrews, CBS News, Lima, Ohio.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, it was a shocking allegation. A couple is accused of starving 4 of their adopted sons. Now the family speaks out for the first time. Tonight's Inside Story. Then later, if you're one of millions who suffer the pain of rheumatoid arthritis, a new treatment shows promise. We'll have details in the Health Watch.
Sore throat pain. It's hard to work, hard to think. Now, end your sore throat emergency fast with extra strength Cepacol lozenges. Unlike ordinary drops, Cepacol numbs sore throat pain fast with its menthocaine action. Menthocaine, 2 anesthetics to help you feel better fast. So effective, it's the #1 brand in hospitals.
The pain is gone.
Cepacol lozenges and maximum strength spray for relief on contact. Cepacol ends your sore throat emergency.
Millions of adults with high cholesterol, diet and exercise aren't always enough. But adding Lipitor can help lower your total cholesterol 29 to 45%. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Simple blood tests are needed to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor about other medications you are taking, or if you experience muscle pain or weakness, as they may be a sign of a serious side effect. So take the next step. Ask your doctor if Lipitor is right for you.
We're here showing folks how a packet of Hidden Valley Ranch changes regular chicken into ranch chicken.
Spices up the chicken, it's not boring.
And changes regular potatoes into ranch potatoes.
It's got more flavor to it. I like it, I really do.
Hidden Valley Ranch, this changes everything.
The Hyundai Sonata makes more sense than ever. Once again ranked most appealing entry midsize car by J.D. Power and Associates. It's $3,700 less than a Toyota Camry LE when comparably equipped. Not to mention, only Hyundai has America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. And the Sonata's loaded with standard features. Test drive the 2004 Hyundai Sonata starting at just $15,539. When your car makes this much sense, you win.
Allergy congestion won't ruin my life again.
Now, without a prescription, Claritin D decongestant tablets.
My doctor prescribed Claritin D, and now I can get it without a prescription.
Claritin D relieves even my worst allergy symptoms, my congestion, my sneezing, and my sinus pressure.
Claritin D.
CBS has exclusive new information tonight about a story that has drawn national headlines. You may have heard about the alleged starving of adopted children, now taken away from a couple in New Jersey, after one of the children was found rummaging for food in a neighbor's garbage. What you haven't heard is what the adoptive parents and others inside that household have to say about it. Until now, I spoke with them for tonight's 60 Minutes too, and what our investigation turned up is tonight's Inside Story.
It's a little kitty down the trash can.
How old does he look?
He has to be under 10.
But he turned out to be a 19-year-old young man named Bruce Jackson, who weighed a mere 45 pounds. When authorities went to the home of his parents, Raymond and Vanessa Jackson, they say 3 other adopted boys also appeared dreadfully underfed, while the other children in the home appeared normal. The adopted children were removed, and 2 weeks later, the Jacksons were in jail.
We miss our children.
The Jacksons' new lawyer advised them to say nothing about the charges, but they spoke a little to us anyway. And Vanessa, do you have anything that you can say, that you want to say, that your heart wants to say?
I miss my kids a lot.
We want our children back.
The Jacksons were charged with aggravated assault and child endangerment. Authorities were quoted as saying that the boys were locked out of the refrigerator, fed only peanut butter, uncooked pancake batter, and cereal. Why would a family such as this starve some children, which is what you believe has happened, and not others?
Well, I think that is the question. This could be a couple that was simply in way over their heads and didn't know how to care for these children. Or it could be a case of monstrous cruelty. That I don't know yet.
Friends and family insist the Jacksons are loving parents and have done nothing wrong, and that the children seemed happy and energetic.
I am convinced, absolutely convinced, that they are not guilty.
You have any doubt at all?
No doubt. Not even the slightest.
In fact, after their pastor posted their bail, the Jacksons were welcomed back to church with open arms. Their biological children told me the boys came into the family with severe eating disorders. You know Bruce well. You live in the same house with him. What did he eat? How did he eat?
Well, I mean, he would eat normally the same things we would eat. We would eat together.
So I would make huge pots of like beans and rice with like meat and casseroles. I even remembered, like, Bruce would be the one sitting next to me eating that, and he told me how much he even loved my casseroles, my tuna casseroles.
Has Bruce said why he was out rummaging around garbage cans?
He was hungry.
Has he said that?
Yes. If it weren't for the Collingswood Police Department on October 9th responding to that neighbor's call, I think it's very likely that some of these children would have perished.
Jersey's new child advocate Kevin Ryan says none of the 4 boys has a confirmed eating disorder. The family disputes that, but Ryan also says that all of the boys now have gained weight since they were taken from their adoptive family. We'll have much more of our exclusive interview and delve deeper into this puzzling case tonight on 60 Minutes 2 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 Central. Next up on tonight's CBS Evening News, the pain of rheumatoid arthritis. Millions suffer with it, but a novel new treatment shows promise. Details coming up.
I'm gonna wrap myself in paper, I'm gonna dot myself with glue, stick some stamps on the top of my head, I'm gonna mail myself to you. Oh, I'm gonna tie me in a little red string, I'm gonna tie blue ribbons too, climb up into my mailbox and I'm gonna mail myself to you.
This holiday season, no one will work harder or go farther to keep us all connected.
Sometimes you need a little help staying in the game. Introducing new Levitra. It's a new choice, and it's here now. Ask your doctor if a free sample is right for you. Ask about new Levitra.
Night. It's when most of the world sleeps. A time to reset our clock so we can begin a new day. It's all part of the rhythm of life. But for many, this healthy cycle is disrupted because sleep doesn't always come easy. Fortunately, there's Ambien. Ambien is a prescription sleep aid that can help you get a full night's sleep. While natural sleep is best, Ambien helps you fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and wake rested and refreshed, not groggy the next morning. No wonder Ambien is the #1 prescribed sleep aid in America. Until you know how Ambien will affect you, you shouldn't drive or operate machinery. Side effects may include drowsiness, dizziness, and diarrhea. You shouldn't take it with alcohol. Patients who abuse prescription sleep aids may become dependent. Prescription sleep aids are most often taken for 7 to 10 days as needed. Your doctor will advise you about taking them longer. Take Ambien only when you can devote a full 7 to 8 hours to sleep and wake rested and ready to start your day. Talk to your doctor about Ambien. Ambien works like a dream.
If we could get everybody in the country to drive the all-new Chevy Malibu, we think they'd agree. It's just about perfect.
For my holiday meal, details matter, so I cook with Swanson broth. Made with real chicken and just the right amount of vegetables and seasonings. Swanson broth. Flavors in, waters out.
This government worker says he's being paid 6 figures to do the work of a clerk. You heard right. We investigated. What we found tomorrow on the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
The Rosie O'Donnell lawsuit ended today with no winner. The judge ruled that neither O'Donnell nor the publisher of her defunct magazine has to pay the other anything for the magazine's collapse. O'Donnell said she's very happy it's over. On the CBS Market Watch, a good day on Wall Street. The Dow jumped 111 points, the Nasdaq up 42. New medical research out tonight suggests there may be a whole new approach to treating rheumatoid arthritis, a painful and crippling disease that attacks the joints. CBS's Elizabeth Caledon has details of a promising experimental drug on tonight's Health Watch.
For 40 years, Elida Francisco battled rheumatoid arthritis so debilitating she couldn't pursue her favorite pastime, reading, because she couldn't even hold a book.
I was just afraid I'd go to sleep and never wake up.
Now 80, she's finally found a treatment that's made a difference. A new experimental drug that's showing great potential in early clinical trials. It doesn't even have a name yet, but 60% of patients taking it in combination with an existing rheumatoid arthritis drug are reporting significant improvement in symptoms. Dr. Joel Kremer is leading the research.
Real world terms, they're not swollen and they feel good. Their energy is returned, their sense of well-being is returned. They feel like they've been given their life back.
Rheumatoid arthritis is what's known as an autoimmune disease, which means the body's own immune system turns on itself, attacking the joints and causing painful inflammation. There are several drugs already on the market, but this new compound works to block immune system damage in a completely different way.
And that's what patients need. They need choices.
Doctors like Stephen Abramson say they're most encouraged simply because it's a new approach.
It acts differently. And therefore, for people who don't respond to other medications, it provides a whole different avenue for treatment.
In Elida Francisco's case, that other avenue launched her in a whole new direction.
It's given me a life. I don't have the discomfort I had.
For the 2 million Americans whose rheumatoid arthritis keeps them from really living, medicine may have found a new way to give a helping hand. Elizabeth Caledon, CBS News, New York.
Still to come on the CBS Evening News, a widow's old, just-released letters to her priest, Jacqueline Kennedy's thoughts and the depth of her anguish following JFK's assassination. Sticking here with CBS.
The dental experts at Oral-B are on a mission to protect your teeth and gums. Their ultimate weapon? The new Oral-B Professional Care 7000, the world's most advanced power toothbrush. With a compact round head like dentists use, its unique pulsing 3D action cleans below the gum line, preventing and even reversing gum disease. Mission accomplished. The new Oral-B Professional Care 7000. Brush like a dentist.
Gotta go right now. Gotta go right now. Gotta go right now. Gotta go.
I have got to go now.
If you've always got to go, ask your doctor about Detrol LA. It's been proven effective for overactive bladder.
Need a break?
Not right now.
You shouldn't take it if you have stomach, urinary, or glaucoma problems. The most common side effects are dry mouth, constipation, abdominal pain, and headache.
And I don't have to go right now.
Detrol LA. When you've always got to go.
Gordon, what are you doing here?
Hello, B. Smith. She's the perfect woman.
Let me make you a sandwich.
Sandwich? I've got something a little more interesting for a woman of style like you. Campbell's Select Italian-style wedding soup.
It tastes great.
I'll give you one more tip. Make it Campbell's instead.
It's always been our dream to run a bed and breakfast. Then I had to go on chemo, and it just drained me.
If you're on chemo and feel tired, you may be anemic.
We even talked about canceling our guests.
Talk to your doctor about Procrit for chemotherapy-related anemia in patients with most kinds of cancer. Procrit helps rebuild red blood cells, and more red blood cells can mean more strength.
Here come the meals.
Procrit is proven and safe. In studies, only diarrhea and edema occurred more often with Procrit than placebo.
Here, there's no slowing down.
Great skin after 50? I won't let go.
L'Oreal introduces Age Perfect with Collagen Boost.
Because skin over 50 needs more than ordinary moisture.
Age Perfect anti-sagging and ultra-hydrating treatment strengthens skin's network as it deeply hydrates. Age Perfect, only from L'Oreal Paris.
What's this?
Breakfast.
It's kind of early, buddy.
You guys need to take some cholesterol off of you.
Honey, have you been reading the Cheerios box again?
I got that off the box.
Cheerios is still the only leading cold cereal clinically proven to reduce cholesterol to help your heart.
That was very thoughtful of you. Very early, but very thoughtful.
Cheerios, good for the heart.
Coming up on News Channel 5 at 6, students in Coffee County are mourning tonight after 3 of their classmates were killed in automobile accidents. We'll have that story at 6.
We close tonight with an unprecedented insight into the hidden feelings and the private agony of the late First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy. 40 years after the assassination of John F. Kennedy, the world got a look today at some letters written by his widow. And as CBS's Jim Stewart reports, they portray a woman the public never saw.
She was 34 years old when she buried her president husband, and while the rest of the world may have wept, Jacqueline Kennedy remained the epitome of poise and courage. At least that was her public face. Today, in letters released at Georgetown University, it was clear that privately, the young widow was battling her fears. On July 15, 1964, nearly 8 months after John Kennedy died, she wrote to a priest at Georgetown, "I am trying to make all the efforts you said I should make. It doesn't get a bit easier. If you want to know what my religious convictions are now, they are to keep busy, to keep healthy, so that you can do all you should do for your children, and to go to bed early at night so that you don't have time to think." And there were darker moments she shared as well with Father Richard McSorley. The Jesuit priest confided to a diary that the former First Lady mentioned suicide on at least 2 occasions. She also wondered how she could ever be the best parent to 2 children who had adored their father. "Do I feel guilty about getting over my grief?" she wrote in her neat, fluid hand. "Well, I wish I had that problem because I know now I won't ever get over it. But I am getting better at hiding it from my children." It was Bobby Kennedy who introduced Father McSorley to Mrs. Kennedy and her children. McSorley died last year and left his papers to the university.
It looks like the father was a pack rat. He saved everything.
He sure did.
Journalist Thomas Mayer first wrote about the letters in the diary in a new book on the Kennedys.
Remember her as a beautiful, courageous woman behind this black veil. These papers, these letters, this exchange between Jackie Kennedy and the priest really show the private side.
Or as private as this most public of widows would ever reveal. Jim Stewart, CBS News, Washington.
Part of our world, part of our history tonight. Now, here's a look at what's coming up later this evening on 48 Hours and 60 Minutes, too. The story of the couple charged with starving their own adopted kids.
2 reasons why I cry.
Plus, the Grateful Dead. You've never heard them the way you will tonight.
Then a 48 Hours exclusive. Inside Robert Blake's world, facing trial for murder, Hollywood friends are defending him. Is he innocent or just playing the role of his life?
That's 60 Minutes 2 at 8, 7 Central, and 48 Hours Investigates at 10, 9 Central. For the CBS Evening News, Dan Rather reporting. See you again soon on 60 Minutes 2.
For news 24 hours a day, click on CBSNews.com. Brought to you in part by Walmart, a fun, friendly place to get what you want, when you want it. Walmart, always low prices, always. This is CBS.
From your news and information leader. This is News Channel 5 at 6.
Good evening. It's a lesson high school seniors shouldn't have to learn.
Students at one Middle Tennessee high school are in mourning after 3 classmates died in 3 separate car accidents all this year. News Channel 5's Ben Hall traveled to Coffee County Central High School, where the class of 2003 is united in its grief.
I've got too many good memories of you, man. You will be sorely missed.
The heartfelt messages cover the cafeteria wall.
You just don't expect somebody you know, somebody you've gone to school with,
especially at this age, to die.
Tragically, students here are learning a lot about grieving. 3 seniors have died this year in 3 separate wrecks, 2 in the last 2 weeks.
You see people making a point to say, hey man, you be careful, you take it easy, or I've made a point to tell some of my friends, I love you.
The 3 students have their pictures on the same page of the yearbook. Darren Leverett volunteered his time and worked 2 jobs. Crethen Hansert, who died on Halloween, was a star